Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough, and the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today, we have the 13th session of our Citizens Grand Jury. We're continuing with the indictment of Dr. Anthony Fauci, the Communist Chinese, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, James Biden, a whole lot of them. And we're ratcheting it up with regard to Ilhan Omar, who has not been prosecuted for immigration crimes, for tax crimes, for funneling campaign monies to her boyfriend. Perhaps she's even married him by now. She marries many people at the same time. And Rashida Tlaib, who assaulted our client, Laura Loomer, criminal assault. We're pushing ahead. Our government's not. They're voting their time to rounding up peaceful protesters that were in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, supporting President Trump. The FBI, the Justice Department, has been turned into Biden and Harris's own personal Gestapo. This is where we are. And it's why we, the American people, must rise up, and we must ourselves enforce the rule of law. That is the law of nature, and nature is God. And the law that is given to us that just simply makes sense, because we don't have a legal system that makes sense anymore. In fact, it doesn't function at all. The judges are compromised or corrupt. We need a new system. And that gets into our Third Continental Congress on July 5th and 6th in Philadelphia. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, sign up for that Continental Congress, and play a role in declaring independence and improving our Constitution and reenacting it and going our own way. As I've said, let the criminals stay in Washington, of Democrats and Republicans, commit crimes against each other, continue to deceive the American people, continue to lie, cheat, and steal from us with the money that they overtax us with. Sound like King George III, but worse? Yes, it is worse. King George III was not a socialist. King George III was not a communist. King George III was not a radical Muslim. He was not a radical black. He was not a radical member of the Marxian Jewish left. He was not a radical LGBTQ. He was not a radical atheist. Most of these people in these groups are decent people, but the radicals have taken control. And there's something else, if the government is moving its mouth, it's like lawyers. It has to be lying. We have a report coming out on UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Government's not coming clean on that. They'll probably create a false flag to think that somehow, we might be under attack someday from foreign civilization or whatever. They've been here for a long time. They're concerned about the way we screw up the universe, our atomic testing, our atomic bombs. That's why they're in and around nuclear facilities. But we can't get the truth from our government about that. But, what's ironic, and I've talked with UF experts like Stephen Greer, who did the film and the book Unacknowledged, these craft that have been cited, he believes they're our own craft that we actually reverse engineered after Roswell. Alien craft that came to this world, anti-gravitational. The government's keeping that from us. They don't know really. The American people don't know really the true facts, but every country in the world, every major country admits that there are visitors from outer space. And also it's likely that it's our own craft as well. I was walking out of the prison in Pahrump, Nevada, when I was visiting Cliven Bundy a few years ago when he was imprisoned unjustly. We got his indictment ultimately dismissed after he had to spend 2 years in prison, his sons as well. And a guard was walking next to me. And I said, this prison is like the modern day Alcatraz. It doesn't have San Francisco Bay, but it's got desert and rattlesnakes. I said, I was joking with him. I said, nobody's going to escape from here. And he says, Mr. Clayman, this is the prison guard. He says, I'm not concerned about that, but I see UFOs every night. This is Area 51. Area 51. So this is just another example of our lying government, of the government that doesn't tell the American people the truth. They use these networks like Fox News and CNN and MSNBC to spew false information to the American people, taking hook, line, and sinker. It's time, for all these reasons, for the American people to rise up, to wage a new peaceful and legal revolution, to declare a new government, to move on, taking it back to Independence Hall in Philadelphia. I believe the military and the police will protect us, but if not, we have our Second Amendment rights. We're going to be peaceful. But it's time to move on, because this so-called government has destroyed this country, Democrats and Republicans. And under a separate organization, I'm going to found, and I am founding, I'm in the process, a new political party to move forward, the New American Independence Party. Watch for that. See what I do. There is no legal recourse in court anymore. It doesn't exist because the judges are compromised and corrupt, just as Jefferson predicted they would be. In the federal system, unelected, unaccountable to the people. They are part of this establishment that has so destroyed the country. And you can see it embodied in Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, illegitimate president and vice president of the United States, a guy who can't even walk without stumbling. I'm talking about Biden. And a woman who can't even articulate without cackling and laughing like a complete idiot and a fool. This is where we are today. So rise up, fellow Americans. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Sign up for our Third Continental Congress. Support our citizens' grand juries. Become part of Freedom Watch's Justice League. You are the superheroes. We themselves, we the people ourselves, must get up off the couch. Turn off Sean Hannity. Enough is enough to hear the same thing every night with his loser guests. We need to rise up and do what needs to be done now, or you'll have nothing left for your children, grandchildren, and future generations. God bless you. God bless America. Please contribute to Freedom Watch. We need the support. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. We're the only ones that are out there. I mean, we don't send phony petitions saying, sign this. We're going to send this to Nancy Pelosi, which never, for the most part, never gets sent. But even if they do, they're thrown in the trash. We are taking hard-hitting actions to restore this country to the vision and creation of our founding fathers. That's my message for today. Go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause, join our Justice League, play a role, get up off the couch, turn off Sean Hannity, and let's get to work. God bless you, as I said, and remember that the Father and Son will only help those that help themselves. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, thank you for listening to me.
Here at Rimini Street, we don't make ERP or database software like Oracle and SAP. What we do is support and manage that software. In fact, over the past 15 years, we've helped more than 3,000 clients, saving them billions of US dollars. That's because we're built for support, built to help you avoid costly fees and ERP upgrades, so you can innovate and fuel growth. Rimini Street. Other companies do software, we do support. Learn more at RiminiStreet.com.
Nevadans are battle-born, but lately we've been tested like never before. So when COVID came to Nevada, Senator Cortez Masto went to work. She got loans for small businesses that saved 500,000 Nevada jobs and worked with President Biden to provide stimulus checks and tax cuts. Senator Cortez Masto got new funding to keep Nevada's first responders on the job, too. Call Senator Cortez Masto at 202-224-3542 and tell her to keep delivering relief for Nevada. Paid for by Majority Forward.
Get started for free on IBM Cloud. With an IBM Cloud account, get access to more than 40 always free products with no time limit, so you can experiment with some of our most popular offerings for as long as you'd like. Explore our free tier and create your free account today at ibm.biz/cloudfree.